Hello and welcome. I'm your host Elizibar, and I said, I probably had one more video about Action Lab stuff, and this is just their solicits. Now, I don't have a copy of the Diamond Previews catalog, so I had to resort to going to Bleeding Cool. Lord help me, I can't believe I'm giving Rich Johnson traffic, but here I am doing that. Thankfully, I've got like 3 layers of ad blocking, so the like malware infection that would like bring my computer to a crying, crashing halt hasn't happened yet. So here we are. Action Lab brings back S Factor for December 2021 solicitations. And what I kind of wanted to call out here, not necessarily any of the books themselves. I wish every creator down there, like, I wish you well. I hope you sell a lot of books. But I'm not super excited about how it's going down, if that makes sense. So Action Lab brings this back, da-da-da. So here's their solicitations. And we're not going to go too much into this, but I just this first sentence just pulled me in here, and what an understatement! What an understatement! What an absolute understatement! Action Lab has had one comma, two, we're missing the Oxford comma, or three tricky issues. Put the freaking Oxford comma in there, bro. I know you're going, oh well, you don't have to do it. Yeah, well, you know what? You don't have to use periods either, but we do that. Come on, bro. One, two, or three tricky issues with comic book creators of late. What an understatement. Does anybody really feel like Action Lab shipping a couple thousand books to somebody's house, unsolicited, unwanted? Like, does that seem like a tricky issue? I don't think that seems like a tricky issue. I think that seems like a, whoa, what are you guys doing kind of issue. One, that stack of books represents a lot of money. Two, shipping those books is a lot of money. Three, the dude did not agree to pay for the books, which means you ain't getting none of that money back. It's a very weird action, and I'll be very interested to see if there's anything going forward like a lawsuit or something, because this is just fascinating. It's like watching a train wreck, and I can't stop looking. I don't think there's anything really else like controversial in here. Like, this book looks like it might be okay. I don't know. I'm not familiar with it or the characters. This definitely does not look like something I'm particularly interested in. But it also sounds completely crazy. Bigfoot, Frankenstein versus everybody. Like, come on. That just sounds ridiculous. Uh, I think I previously wished Alexander Jovic well on his book here. I'm pretty sure he does some art that I like, so I hope that goes great for him. And there's some other books here and da 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 da. And the solicitations. I kind of like this with the flare. I thought that was a cool bit. But ultimately, like, this first sentence is just killing me. And if you go look for this stuff on Twitter or in the news, you won't find very much about Action Lab comics. Despite the strength and severity of the accusations against them, of the things people say are going on, there's not a lot of coverage. And it should be obvious why that's true. They're a small publisher. The people being affected are not super popular people. You know, it's not like, gosh, what's a good example? Ray Fisher and the stuff that he had to say about the way DC was conducting its movies, its movie business, the way all that stuff was going down. Go look that up. I think that was like last year. There's some very serious allegations there, and it got a lot more press play because he's a more famous person, and it's a higher profile project. These projects are not so high profile, but the things that have been going on, the things people are saying, are very serious. I mean, I've done like 2 videos now where we've talked about Action Lab essentially being a contributing factor to driving somebody to suicide. And while I find other things kind of funny, that one is a very somber note. Some of the other stuff is kind of funny, like Action Lab sending 2,000 comic books or whatever, 19 cases or something, to somebody's house, unsolicited, uninvoiced, and he has no intention of paying for the books because he didn't request the books. Like, that's kind of funny. It's a big waste of money, and it's kind of funny. So I don't know where this stuff is going to go, but I do see that Action Lab is trying to continue their business, which is the right thing for them to do. I'm not saying anything bad about them for continuing on with their business. I'm not saying anything bad about these creators. But man, Rich Johnston, understatement of the year. Action Lab has had 1, 2, or 3 tricky issues with comic book creators of late. They got way more. Maybe there's only 3 tricky issues with comic book creators of late, but boy, they're big ones. And one of them, at least, is still ongoing. We'll check back in with Action Lab here in a few weeks and see if there have been any developments. I might not even do a video if there haven't been any developments, because doing a video to say there are no developments seems like a really silly waste of my time and your time when we could all be doing other way cooler things. So you all take care of yourselves. You have a great day, great night, great whatever you got going on. Hope to see you again next time. And bye-bye.